This video is for equations and pictures. So we're going to solve some equations and then we're going to model some equations. So remember on your calculator to solve equations, you're going to type both sides of the equations into y equals. So for example, here on number 1, 2x plus 36 would go into one side, and then the 12 would go in the other side. And then you graph, and you want to make sure that you can see the intersection. So we can't see the intersection here, so we're going to zoom out. Let's see if we can see it now. All right, so there's my intersection. So once you see that, it's second, trace 5, and then 3 enters. And then we're only looking at the x value. So x equals negative 12. So that would be my answer to number 1. Oops, sorry. So on number 2, we would do 2w plus 8 plus 2w. So remember, we still use x's. So 2x plus 8 plus 2x. And then the other side of my equation is 64. So we graph it. Now we can't see the intersection, so we're going to zoom out. All right, so there's our intersection. So second trace, 5. And here I get x equals 14. So when we write it, though, we're going to use the variable they used, w. So w equals 14. All right, here's our next one. So we've got 8x plus 13. And then on the other side, I've got 6k plus 1. So I would do 6x plus 1. Graph it. And then look for the intersection. I get x is negative 6, but we're going to write k equals negative 6. And then finally, we've got one with parentheses. So I've got 9x, and then below it, I have 6, and then they open parentheses, x plus 8, and then they close parentheses. So second trace, 5, and right here I get x equals 16. So e equals 16. So now when they give us models, we need to write the equation first. So here we've got 4 boxes that have x's. So this represents a 4x. Then over here I've got an x, just a single x. And then these circles here indicate 1s. So I've got 6 1s. So this equation would be 4x equals x plus 6. So same thing, you type all these into your calculator. So 4x. And then below it, we have got x plus 6. So I get x equals 2. So on this one here, I've got 3 x's, but now, instead of 1s, there's 10. So always pay attention to that. So this would be 10, 20, 30. So 3x plus 30 equals, now we have negative x's. So these would be negative 2x plus 10. So my equation would be 3x plus 30 equals negative 2x plus 10. So 3x plus 30. And then I would do negative 2x plus 10. So second trace 5. I get x is negative 4. And then finally, this last one down here says if the triangle and the rectangle have the same perimeter, solve for x. So you've got to know the equations for perimeter of a triangle and a rectangle. So for a rectangle, you can do side plus side plus side plus side. So I've got 2 that are the same size, so I'd have 2 tenths, and then I would have x plus 5 twice. So there I would have 10 plus 10 plus x plus 5 plus x plus 5. So that would be one whole side. The rectangle would be one side of my equation. And then for a triangle, I would add all 3 sides up. All three sides are x, so I'm just going to make this 3x. You could also do x plus x plus x. That would work too. So we've got 10 plus 10 plus x plus 5 plus x plus 5. And then below it, we would have 3x. And so second trace 5. And here I would get x equals 30. So what that means each side of this triangle is going to measure 30. But that means that this side of the rectangle would be 35 because 30 plus 5 equals 35. So sometimes they'll ask you questions like that. What would be the missing side length of the rectangle? So make sure that you're looking at what the question is wanting. And that's it for this video.